Hey folks, High Lord Tamerlane back with more obscurities in miniature, and today we are going to attempt, and I use the term very lightly, to build a Venomcrawler without any instructions. This should be fun. Obviously I know this is going to go on the ground, and that's going to be one of his legs, but outside of that, I got no clue. So, this is going to be a very long and ongoing video as I attempt to figure out how this guy goes together. Well, I figured it all out. There we go. Except that's upside down. Alright, I'm going to start with the obvious. I'm taking a wild guess that I'm going to need to build the body first, and then we're going to probably want to attach those exhaust pipes. Is that it? Maybe that goes on the other side of the body. Alright, yep, I figured it out. Look at how smart I am. Oop, we are 2 parts in and we're already figuring it out. Alright, let's grab that glue and see if I can get this guy rolling, shall we? So, we are making progress on our Venomcrawler as a curious crowd of onlookers stands by worriedly. So, as a lot of people have pointed out, we have this weird, mysterious hole attachment hard point thing going on right here by my thumb underneath the big, giant, spiky trophy rack. No one knows what that's going to be. For the most part, everything fit in pretty well. I just had to look meticulously at pictures because I didn't have any directions, but things seem to go pretty well, other than one of the biggest oversights I've had so far were these cannons. At first, because I've been building Nurgly stuff again, I thought it was like poison dripping out. I guess I just wasn't looking very clearly, but those were actually, you know, where the gun's aiming mechanisms are going to be or whatever. So I actually had the cannons on backwards, upside down, wrong side, whatever. We got that fixed, and it looks okay now. Pretty sure that's how these bladed tendril things are supposed to go on. I'm assuming so because they fit in pretty nice and snug, and for the most part GW kits do seem to fit pretty nicely. It took me a while to figure out which way his legs are actually supposed to go because I kept wanting to angle them the wrong way. I thought he was supposed to be more aiming straight rather than kind of looking down, even though he's very close to the ground as it is. So we put most of his legs on, and these were just the easy, simple to build ones, and they obviously, looking online, it was pretty easy to discern which is which. You've got the 3 spikes on the front legs, you've got the ornate leg guards on the middle ones, and then the back ones are the really elaborate ones. So I'm going to go back to the computer and stare at pictures and see if I can figure out the last of those legs. But he is coming along pretty nicely, and he is a cool little... Is he a demon engine? I don't even know. Seems like it should be a demon engine. Probably would help if I looked at the data slates, wouldn't it? I'm going to use him as a demon engine. Anything of the Lord Discordant once I get him put together. Yeah! Alright, back to work! Alright, we did it! We got our Venomcrawler finished. So the back legs were really kind of a hassle. Trying to figure out how those armored parts went on. Once I figured out which leg was which, and I had to really look online because, again, these spikes were really what finally figured me into getting it put together correctly. I was building it every wrong way possible. So once I figured out which side was which way the legs were supposed to go, it went together pretty easily, and then it was just a matter of figuring out how these armored parts went on. And once I figured out that the legs were supposed to go one way or the other, it went together pretty smoothly from there. I went ahead and glued the whole thing together, despite the fact that it's going to be pretty complicated trying to paint him, I'm afraid. But, you know, I figure with all the other Black Legion Space Marines I've been building, it really shouldn't be too much of a hassle. It's a good size. Reminds me of the Plague Burst Crawler, and I probably should have dragged mine out, but I'm figuring I'm going to do a video eventually of all the various little funky demon engines we've got over the years. I've been building quite a few, but overall not a bad little kit. I'm curious to see what the final product is going to look like, because you can guarantee that we will see more of these in the near future, and especially if we ever do see a proper Dark Mechanicus even if it's just some kind of a detachment that can tag along with your Chaos Marines. I think we'll be seeing a lot more stuff like that, which is fine by me. I think this thing's a cool little kit. I mean, despite all the chaos iconography, there's nothing inherently, towards one particular god. I mean, if you really wanted to scrape it all off, you could, but I think it adds kind of to the funk and the charm of it. There's not a whole lot that has the same silhouette as this guy on the table right now, especially in 40K. There's one of the big privateer War Machine Crix monsters that kind of reminds me of that weird Kraken looking robot thing, but again, that's totally different. And this is a lot smaller than that as well. I figured this could be a fun one to throw into 15mm games as well. I mean, he's big enough that around a bunch of 15mm stuff, he's going to be just towering over them. Hell, maybe I'll throw some Adeptus Titanicus models in with him, and we'll have just a menagerie of funky robots. But he is a cool little kit. Seems to be going for about $30 online if you don't pick up the whole Shadow Spear box. But then again, the whole Shadow Spear box in and of itself is a pretty good deal, and you get a lot of cool new models in that. So if you're addicted to plastic like I am and building that, it might just be cheaper and more economical to buy the whole dang box. Me, I'm probably going to grab a couple more of these just because they look like fun to have scuttling all over the table. So hopefully you found this somewhat informative. Hopefully you found it interesting. Hopefully you'll watch a few more videos because I keep making them. And I don't know who my demographic is out there, but I'm just going to keep doing this anyway. With that said, this is iLord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures saying thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.